Enter Coach Lawton Williams III. There's not many coaches that have as many rings as he does in high school basketball. And for the northern part of Miami-Dade County, he's considered a powerhouse where he has a unique blend of culture and chemistry. And that mix of culture, chemistry, and hard-nosed, defensive-minded basketball yields him great results.
Hey, how you doing? Lawton Williams, the third head coach at Miami Norland. I'll give you a little background of me. I've always been a sports junkie my whole life. Football, basketball, baseball, whatever was in season. Track, though I was slow, but I love track. I didn't run it per se, but my whole life I played sports growing up. I played sports in high school, football and basketball. Freshman year in college, one of my older friends that I knew from my mom's hometown, for his internship, he had to be a coach. So after the internship, he stopped going. We had a few more games. I went, coached the team, fell in love with it. That was my freshman year. Fast forward a little bit, after I graduated, I was selling copy machines. I was in the business industry. But my mentor, one of my mentors, Joe Clark, who was a high school referee, he worked in the church, just a great all-around guy. I'll never forget the conversation. He called me and said, because he had a real deep voice, "This is your conscious calling. I have a team for you to coach." And I'm like, okay. Bunch of kids that got cut or didn't make it from the NCCSL team, youth league. And at that time, that youth league was amazing. I can give you some names that played in that. James Jones, Ethnic Sands, off the top of my head, I can't remember it, but it was very good. And I put a team in there, kids that got cut and whatever, and 500. From then on, I've been coaching. I remember getting my start at North Miami Beach, JV, under Coach Irv Baltman. Learned a lot. Then he resigned, Mike Pennsylvania came, learned a lot. That's just how it started. My coaching style, interesting. It's no nonsense, but unlike a lot of people think, I let the kids do what they can do well. Whatever you can't do well, I'm not gonna let you do. We're not gonna embarrass you. It's about the team. We try to enhance what they do well and their deficiencies we work on. Off season, we really work hard on their deficiencies, getting a stronger, whatever it is, shooting, driving, stronger body, whatever. We work hard at that. But my coaching style is pretty no nonsense. I let them play, but I'm structured. Stop it, I can't.
When we talked about Vince, your favorite player in South Florida, it's a lot of arguments that I have. And when I'm in different places and dealing with people, like my cousin's from Chicago, up in Detroit, when I'm in those circles a lot, people try to see how do we categorize the talent pool of South Florida. Is it a city thing? Is it a metropolitan thing? Is it a county thing? And I use the term the state of Miami, like right. From here to Orlando is southern. It's a regional southern Florida thing. Right. So out of the South Florida talent pool, who are your favorite players to come out?
I played against some good ones. Irv Thomas, who played for the Lakers. I love Lucas Barnes' game. I thought he was comparable to Vince Carter, actually. I really did. Whatever happened with that happened. I like Charlie Miller, Corey Tree. Lately, Angel Rodriguez. I had one that was pretty good. Dewan Hernandez. He was Dewan Hewell at the time. Zachary Peacock. If I had to pick one.
From South Florida to here.
Oh, South Florida also?
South Florida too.
Oh! Ooh, wow. I love Keon Dooley's game.
Okay. So I said, if you have a South Florida team, what is that starting five? Like all the players that were in the NBA, guys who they wouldn't think to mention, who was your top five? And I can give you an example of mine. My top five is, I like Tim Hardaway Jr.
Right.
I liked Eddie Jones.
Yep.
I liked Vince.
Yeah.
I like T-Mac, and I like Amari from South Florida. South Florida meaning south of Orlando.
Okay.
Some people would cheat, and they would say David Robinson was born in Key West. They would include David Robinson. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, he didn't grow up here. So I would say my top five would be Tim Hardaway Jr., Eddie Jones, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and Amari Stoudemire.
Whew, that's hard for me. A five. And I'm just going to go by what I saw. Because Cecil Baptiste, I heard, was really good. Michael Thompson was really good. I didn't see them. So, Chris Corchiani, Irv Thomas, Eddie Jones, Keon Dooley, and UD.
What are some of your favorite college programs?
Historically, Georgetown, Arkansas, when Nolan Richardson was there. Believe it or not, Marquette, Georgetown, Georgia Tech, Arkansas.
You mentioned Nolan Richardson.
Yes.
Razorbacks.
Arkansas.
Yes.
I love how they played 94 feet, 40 minutes of hell, and that's where,
Tell us about Marcus Allen and describe his game. Does he remind you of another player?
Well, I'll tell you about him. Very hard worker. His work ethic is amazing, especially for a freshman. He works on his body, his shot, his game. He's in here a lot of times at 5 in the morning with me, getting better. I had to think of someone he plays like as a freshman that's rough, but big guards that can do a lot. Guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5. Skill level's pretty high. It has to get tougher, and that's going to come with age and being around me. Someone I would compare him to. I don't know right off the top of my head.
What is your favorite game that you've ever coached in?
You're going to laugh at this. We won state championships and regional finals and all of that. A JV game when I was at North Miami Beach when we beat Carroll City and we were 19-0.
Do you think South Florida should produce more NBA talent?
No question. Yes.
Why do you think we haven't?
A lot of things aren't done right at the grassroots level. Because, and I don't care if I step on toes, because the talent level is not as good as a lot of people kiss these kids behinds too early. They don't get better, they don't work. And you see grown men running behind mediocre kids. It's just sickening to me.
How can we change it?
Get better at the grassroots. Put more emphasis in basketball. It's a football place. And I have no problem with that. But I think there's room to be both, as in IE Texas.
Describe to me your interpretation of raw skill versus a polished skill set.
Raw skill, run, jump, athletic, skill set. You see the game. Dribble, pass, make decisions.
And during the COVID year, how has that changed your program and the way college recruiting has changed in this pandemic as a dynamic?
Everything's online. I mean, live stream. They can't get out. They can only go by what they're seeing. And honestly, the lower level kids aren't. It's going to be rough on them this year. With that being said, because of the new year that the kids that are already in school are getting, they aren't really looking to recruit now. Top 50 kids, they're gonna always be fine. It's the average Joe might have to prep, might have to JUCO, might have to sit out, might have to just go to college and be a student for a year.
So we're here with Marcus Allen, power forward at Norland, and we wanted to just introduce you to him and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Tell them what position you do. Tell them you're a guard.
You're a guard?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you would describe your game to me, how would you describe it?
A killer. Every night I go out and try to kill whoever in front of me.
And who are some of your favorite players right now in the NBA?
Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis.
Okay. So, what is your opinion when people say South Florida players are not as polished as other players in different parts of the country?
They have never been in Florida before, and they never seen us really play Florida.
How do you describe the term work ethic?
Just getting in the gym every day consistently. Even when you don't want to work, you continue to work, and you're in the gym constantly.
And if you would describe your game to me, how would you describe it?
A killer. Every night I go out and try to kill whoever in front of me.
And who are some of your favorite players right now in the NBA?
Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis.
Okay. So, what is your opinion when people say South Florida players are not as polished as other players in different parts of the country?
They have never been in Florida before, and they never seen us really play Florida.
How do you describe the term work ethic?
Just getting in the gym every day consistently. Even when you don't want to work, you continue to work, and you're in the gym constantly.
What is your favorite game from this season?
I would have to say the North Miami game. We played North Miami in the MLK tournament.
I'm gonna say it again because it was kind of long. What is your favorite game from the season?
I'll have to say the North Miami game. We played them in the MLK tournament. That was really good.
Who is your favorite matchup that you've had in high school so far?
I said against Pinecrest, against the 2-6-7 twins.
Asar and Emin Thompson. Okay.
They 6'7". They taller than you.
A little bit by an inch.
No. I thought you were taller than you. You sure?
Okay. What is your dream college program?
Florida State.
Coach Leonard Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, what is your favorite go-to move?
I'll have to say in and out cross and hop step layup.
If you had a professional career, would you prefer to be back to the basket or facing the basket?
Facing the basket.
How tall are you?
6'6".
If you shoot up to 6'10" and you're forced to play center for 15 years, are you okay with that?
Yes, I would. I would just become a stretch big.
What are your activities off the floor?
Just hanging out with my teammates daily, on the game, playing 2K, just stuff like that, and hanging out with family.
What is your favorite subject in school?
I have to go with science. I really like science a lot.
Do you feel that the ACC is the best conference for you as of today?
Yes, I feel that way. I agree. I feel like the ACC is the best conference.
Do you consider yourself to be a great teammate, and how?
I'll say I'm a great teammate because I push my teammates to be like, I push them a lot, so I get the best out of them.
What is your top 3 players in the NBA?
Top 3 players: LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis.
What is your favorite college programs?
College program, I have to say Florida State or
What is your top hobbies?
Say that again?
Your hobbies.
I like to work out all the time, dribble around the house. If I'm not doing that, I'm listening to music, I'm drawing, or I'm just playing the game.
What is your take on Norland Basketball?
Norland Basketball, I love it. The intensity they give every day. The coach is all about winning. The program is all about winning. And I always want to be a part of a program like that. Go Vikes.